Hello everyone and welcome back to Austin Plays, our weekly gaming industry news. There's not been a lot of news this week. I've had to fish out a few things, but there's only been a few. I think there's about probably the same amount as last week. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. Now, everyone is quite familiar with the Cal Kestis Star Wars universe, where Cal Kestis is the main character and played by Cameron Monaghan, and they like that character, but And like with the recent release of Jedi Survivor, I'm surprised to see a confirmation this early because it only came out in I think June. But I'm not really complaining, if I'm going to be honest. The Cal Kestis games are really well received in terms of popularity, and many people do enjoy them. And their storylines are actually really, really good as well. The first one was actually really good, and from watching the second, the gameplay of the second movie, it seems to be quite good as well. I am curious to see how this next one will play out, though, because it will probably overlap with some of the storylines with A New Hope or possibly Rogue One, depending on how early this game is. But the determining what the storyline would be is still very early days. But I'm actually glad that we have actually officially know that Star Wars 3 is definitely coming. And more on the topic of Star Wars, this week we had news on Star Wars Eclipse. A game that I've shown great curiosity for, but this game has been in development for a very, 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 very long time. But it's been too long, so some might say. But we haven't got some news since the confirmation, which is good to see. It isn't a release date, unfortunately, but which is quite annoying to hear. It probably still will come out next year. But here is what we do know. The idea that it's still the idea of taking place in the High Republic era is still changing. It's still happening, but there is a storyline change. The people who are said to be in it have changed. They've changed the whole premise of the movie, but it will take place during a universal eclipse. Which I'm guessing was probably still the whole theme, but they've just changed how they're gonna map it out, which still does make sense, I guess. But the storyline has changed, and only that the people are going to be different in terms of storyline, but which means we are still getting the Eclipse storyline and Eclipse name. And I'm also glad that we are definitely getting the game. I did think it would be cancelled, but just with more depth and Jedi action in this game, which is something that we all love to see. And we obviously have yellow lightsabers, and there's just something about yellow lightsabers that I just love. But it's good to see that this game is still in production, because I'm sure we all would love to see this game come to a console. Yes, Mortal Kombat 1 has a chance of getting a John Wick character. Now, after opinions of this of the week, especially in regard to the DLC packs, people think that there should be more like the characters that are collaborations. And to be honest, I do agree. One of the ideas of having a John Wick DLC. And that the idea actually piques and this idea was shifted around, but it actually really did pique the interest of the creators of the game, being WB Games. So this could definitely now be a possibility now that this is a part of this, and I would love to see his fatality. I imagine just shooting him and then I would say send the dog on him, but I just don't see how that would play out. But also who else do you think should collab with MK1? Because they have so much potential. Because I mean, if they were able to make Homelander and Omni-Man work, they can literally make anything work. I'm trying to think who they could bring in. I mean, they've brought Peacemaker, Quan Chi, or Takeda as well. Deadshot. I mean, we already had him in Injustice. Try and go for someone new. I'm trying to think who. I would say Mojo Jojo, but I'd really love to see that be menacing. I mean, if they were able to make Omni-Man menacing, I really would like to see how this plays out. Yeah, I honestly don't know who they could. I mean, Punisher would be good. A Punisher would be good. I mean, I guess John Wick is basically Punisher. But Yeah, I mean they could bring in some like maybe Transformers or Transformers spin-offs, but I'm not too sure. I think it'd be a good idea for them to consider because at the end of the day, who didn't like the DC DLCs? Continuing with the Mortal Kombat 1 thing. This is the opinions of the week. Now, from the first week of this game being released, this game has actually got so much happiness and rated really good, and it is actually that is really good to hear. I have also learned that I'm a person who can access this game as well on Epic. Epic Games, but it's just a bit too much money, and I do want the DLCs, which is a lot of money. Now, this game is really fascinating, and it does seem like the creators have a lot a lot planned for this game, and it could be even more exciting. It couldn't be even more hyped up, and it is a very hyped up game, but for a very good reason. Now, just give me a few weeks to get my money up just a bit, and then I will have definitely be showcasing this game. I do want to play it myself, not because of content. I really want to play this. I played MKXL and then MK11. Best game probably about from 1v1, and I'd love to play this game. So yeah, I can't wait to hop on this myself. Oh my god, writing this gave me a headache. But Cyberpunk 2077 has an update. It has updates and news. This game has gotten so many updates in regard to literally everything about it, such as mechanics, a new season, or a new gameplay, I guess, which is called Phantom Liberty, or something like potential, and apparently Idris Elba is the next hype stunt with Keanu Reeves. Now, this game has changed some of the rules that you can find when you log into the game. I do not know these rules, but I know they have been changed. But one, I think this will actually be good because there's been so much to do with the Phantom Liberty and all that. But I think this will do two things for it. It'll give the game more publicity. I know it was quite popular anyway, but it will give it more publicity, and it will pique the interest of some other people, which will make the game more profitable. Because I've seen the price of this game. We'll leave it at that. And for one, I've actually never heard this game until this week. Well, obviously I've heard it before. I never heard of Phantom Liberty. I never clicked on anything to do with Cyberpunk because I never knew what it was about and never was done. I mean, it seems like one of those games that is basically like COD and Rogue Company in one. That's what it looks like. So I may try and give it a go, see what it's like. But it is, again, so much money. Yeah, maybe something I get interested in. But do let me know. But that's the update for Cyberpunk as someone who has never watched it. Now, I know this will make people happy, but Horizon Forbidden West, or Horizon 2, is coming to PS5 and PC. Now, this was big news. When I kept on looking for stuff to talk about this, I saw this 5 times. And I found many times that when looking for these things, to talk about, it was just for sure a very frequent one that I saw. Now, the conflict between PS4s and PS5s makes it a case where people are conflicted, because as much as it was on just other platforms, that it's coming to PS5. I'm a person who has a PS4, but people now have to get PS5 because they only are on PS5. Spider-Man. And while that is it is good marketing trick, it is also annoying for. I mean, I should know. I'm of all people that should know. I'm in love with the Spider-Man thing, but I can't play it because of the flipping, that thing. Now, I do believe this game was on other platforms, but it wasn't on PC or PS5 from the context of the article, so this is a very big change. And I do believe these are going on Steam and Epic Games, I think it was just Steam. I think it will probably come on Epic Games as well, but that is what I know from this. So if you want to play the Horizon game, now's your chance, people! Wait, is this it? Oh no, I was going to say, is this it? Now, Gears of War 6 leak. Now during this week there was a leak. Ha ha ha. Okay, I'm done now. Now during this week there was a leaked picture at the progress of Gears of War Season 6, and it did look like progress was going well from a perspective that doesn't actually know what the game is. This looks like COD, Transformers, and literally everything in one game. Now, and Resident Evil, to be fair. And from what I've got from the leak was that there was the game was said to re-release next year, but it has been postponed to 2026 because of the recent release of the other game. The company that runs the game has been working on other games, and this game has been put into a pile of collection, into a collection of other games that aren't exactly focused on the others right now. So I guess to the fans of this game, you are going to be waiting a while. That kind of sucks. I mean, I'm not a person who plays this game, but if I had a game that was coming out next year, or if Spider-Man was coming out and then it says no, it's actually coming out in 2026, I'd be irritated. I'd be I'd be peeved out of my mind. So yeah, I do understand the frustration for those. I'm sorry if you like this game. I actually, it does kind of annoy me, personally. Just saying. Oh yeah, I found this morning because I was still looking at stuff to talk about this morning. All these videos are made the day that they are released. Just saying. That's how committed I am. I wait to the very last day. So if there's when I'm making it and there's stuff released, just another slide. Yay! Now Sega is now cancelling games. I read this morning. Sega is, or was, let's say, was one of the most popular gaming platforms or gaming creators that have been released many games but haven't released many in a while. They have assisted in the development of other games or games that turn into movies, Sonic. But then to hear that they apparently had over 60 games, ideas that they are now cancelling along with them, and it's just a bit confusing because the ideas are now they're now cancelling, and it's just really confusing, and it doesn't look like a good idea on their part, but this definitely has piqued my interest because I know the strikes wouldn't have affected the games as well, but I do wonder if the strikes have affected Sega as a company. What do you guys think about this? Because this really does it's fascinating how they had so many games and now they're not doing any of them now. It's really weird. That's why I really wanted to talk about this. I'm not really a person that plays many Sega games, but I would really like to hear what you guys think. If you play Sega games like Sonic or anything, do let me know and let me know about your opinion, and we can maybe talk about it next week. But people, that will be the end of today's video. As I said, there wasn't a lot from this week, but we did get our content out of it, so I guess yeah. So without further ado, everyone, I hope you all do have a great day, and please, if you do like these videos, do let me know, and please leave a like and subscribe, and do comment what else you would like to see on the channel. Now without further ado, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.